and Tasha K. So Tasha K is saying that, and I'm putting in air quotes, that Cardi B, has called her out of her name because of the color of her skin. So she's saying, Tasha K has said that Cardi B called her a black, ugly, something, something. Now here's the thing. If you all don't know, there's a little tension, there's a little friction. I'm not even gonna say a little. There's a lot going on between Tasha K and Cardi B. So sum it up, Cardi B sued Tasha K some years ago. She was granted a judgment, and it was saying Tasha K needs to keep Cardi B's name out of her mouth. So she's not supposed to run any stories or anything like that about Cardi B, her family, or anybody that is connected to Cardi B. But Tasha K is saying, you know what? I can't do that because you're a celebrity. And guess what? Talking about you, I make too much money from talking about you. Now, here's the thing. Tasha K says that she loves being a dark-skinned black woman after being called an ugly AB by Cardi B. And she said it's all part of her 100% authenticity. And she says that her original face, her original hair, and her original hairline, she loves her original body and her original round nose. Tasha K, let me tell you something. Cardi B didn't call you a ugly AB because of the way you physically look. She called you that because you are ugly. You have an ugly spirit. Your heart is ugly. You all, if you don't know about Tasha K, let me tell you something. This chick is off the chain. Like, she is dirty. Like, listen, her platform has blown up. To me, she goes beyond gossip. I don't consider her forum gossip. Like, she's downright scandalous, and she does a lot of underhanded things, and she's done a lot of illegal things, and she's gotten away with doing those things, to celebrities. So I don't really like that about her. But Tasha K, let me just tell you, she didn't call you ugly because of the way you look. She called you ugly because all the things that you're doing to her. This woman has asked you to leave her and her family alone, but yet you will not do that. Every time you turn around, you're talking about this woman, and she's already done sued you. So what else does she have to do to get you to keep her name out of her mouth, your mouth? Whatever Cardi B has to do, please do it, and I hope she wins, and I hope that she is permanently able to make this woman stop talking about her. But Tasha K, don't sit up here and try to divide black people and try to make it seem like, oh well, Cardi B, she said that because you are a dark-skinned woman. No. She's saying that because you got a dark soul. You got a dark, ugly spirit. That's why she's saying that. She ain't saying nothing about the way you look. And if Cardi B did, let me say this. If Cardi B did say call her a ugly black bee, now you all listen. Okay, for my people that some of us, we get a little colorful when somebody tick us off. Listen, a person cannot be responsible for what they call you because you picking and poking with them and you're messing with them. Are they responsible for what they call you? Yes, she may have called you an ugly black bee because of the way you acted. Now, that don't mean that she has something against black people. Or does that mean, listen, if Cardi B called Tasha K an ugly black bee, does that mean that Cardi B has something against darker skinned women, or do she just got something against this ugly black bee that she talking to? Is that how you all take it? Because that's how I took it. When you are arguing with somebody, and listen, you all, let's be real. When you are arguing with somebody, especially if they have gotten on your last good nerve and you done already told them to leave you alone, and guess what? They keep on coming for you. They keep on coming for you because they think it's sweet over there. You gonna cuss them out. You gonna call them a some or two. Because guess what? They keep on messing with you. So we not gonna act like we ain't never called nobody out their name, or we ain't referred to nobody by the color of their skin. Especially, listen, black people, I love us, and I'm going to say it because I'm black. So listen, you all know a lot of us, we are guilty of referring to other people, other black people, by the color of their skin when we're talking about them. And we don't listen. Most of us, we don't mean no harm, okay? But that's just how we associate certain people. And you may say, Jay, what are you talking about? I'll give you all an example. So this is what a lot of us do. And guess what? Once you give this description, we all know who you talking about. Case in point, you may be talking about, listen, did you hear about Mike? You're like, what Mike? Listen, Dusty Black Big Nose Mike. Now, guess what? We all know, once you give that description, guess what? We all know who Dusty Big Nose Mike is. We all know who that is. Another example, okay? Hey, listen, you seen Joe and them down there? What Joe you talking about? Light-skinned bucktooth Joe. Oh, light-skinned bucktooth Joe that stay around the corner? Yes. Does that mean that we have something against Joe because he light-skinned? No. Does that mean that we got something against Mike, big nose, black Mike, because he black? No. That's just the way we have associated with. That's how we get to tell people who exactly we talking about. No, we not talking about light-skinned Mike. We talking about big nose, dusty Mike. That's who, big nose, black dusty Mike. That's who we talking about. So when we do that, we are familiar. And now when I say we as a lot of black people, now listen, I'm not saying all black people do that, because we do have some boozers that, oh, I ain't never called nobody. Well, good for you. Good for you. I'm glad you have never talked about Dusty Big Nose Mike or Bucktooth Light Skin Joe. I'm glad you have. Okay, I'm just saying, I know where Cardi B came from, okay? Again, especially with Tasha K, those particular two, there's a long-standing beef between them two, and it's because of what Tasha K is doing to Cardi B, which I think that's very unfair of her to keep slandering this woman and keep doing this, harassing this woman. Every time you turn around, she got something to say about this woman. But Tasha K, we're not on your side. We are not on your side. If she called you an ugly, dusty, bald head, whatever she called you, you earned whatever name she called you. You need to leave that lady alone, and then she'll stop calling you names. But until you keep that lady's name up out your mouth, then you're gonna be dusty, big nose, whatever else she called you. You're gonna be that and then some, because you very messy, very toxic. I don't even like. Look, she done did. Listen, she did some stuff to Tasha K. She listen. We're not even gonna talk about what she did to R. Kelly. So okay, again, so when you got Cardi B coming up and talking about Tasha K and calling her all those names, Tasha K, we're not gonna sit up there and let you make it seem like Cardi B has colorism. Again, if she did call you a black bee, stop being a black bee, okay? And she ain't talking about you because you dark skinned or because you got natural whatever. She ain't talking about you because of that. She don't listen. If you kept your name out of her mouth, her name out your mouth, then she wouldn't be calling you a black nothing. She wouldn't care. You can go on and have your natural nose, lips, tongue, and whatever else you got, and this woman will not care two snaps about you. So leave that woman alone, and then she'll stop calling you out your name. But as long as you got her name in your mouth, then I feel like it's no more than fair for her to be able to call you the names that she desires to call you, because you dragging her and her family through the mud. So listen, if it's good enough for you to do to her and her family, why not? Why can't it be good enough for her to do it to you and your family? I'm just saying, if you don't start, see, you can't go and start a fight and then get mad and say, oh, well, she took it too far. You started it. Don't go starting some mess, and then when the heat gets too hot, now see, She went too far. I didn't even do all that. I didn't even, no, 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 no. You don't get to start a fight and then tell a person how they get to defend themselves. You don't get to do that. So if you don't want this woman calling you out of your name and all this other stuff, then keep this woman's name out of your mouth, and then you won't have to deal with that. Now, listen, you all. Speaking of dealing with that, I know this happened like last week, but I wanted to talk about it because, baby, let me tell you, it was itching. This story burned me up so doggone bad. I'm just like, Lord have mercy. Listen, church folk, come on, come on. We let's talk, because that Pastor Jamal Bryant and that wife of his, listen, they done told us they almost dropped and tore these internet streets up with that dress that woman had on, his wife had on. And then he gets on here. I had to give my commentary, you all, because I'm telling you, I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep waiting to get, because I wanted to talk to you all and see what you all thought about this foolishness. But he gets on here, baby, Pastor Jamal, because after they done drug his wife through the mud. Now, I know you all probably saw the dress that his wife had on. If you have not seen the dress, then do a search under Jamal Bryant, Pastor Jamal Bryant, and his wife, and you'll see the dress that she had on. She's a very beautiful woman. She's a very shapely woman. Now, if we go back to the old school church, listen, the old school sanctified church, baby, ain't no way in the world that woman would have got away with that outfit on. Ain't no way in the world she would have got away with that dress on. Going outside in the woo, and she a first lady. All I'm saying is, today these folks are putting God and religion to an open shame. Pastor Jamal Bryant got on to defend his wife, and he said, listen, if y'all got a problem with the dress, you can have a problem with the dress, because I bought the dress because that was a dress that I wanted to see my wife in. And who gonna say something to me? The whole church congregation gonna say something to you, Pastor, because you and your wife, you and the first lady, were out of order. The bishop should have been calling you, and the bishop should have had a conversation with you all, because you all was out of order. And he goes on to say, to try to listen, I probably would have walked out the church for the crap that he was up in there talking. Oh, for anybody that got, listen, baby, he chin checked them folks up in there. For anybody that got something to say about the dress, I bought the dress. I wanted to see my wife in the dress, and she looked good in the dress. Ain't nobody talking about the event that we went to that raised over $4 million. Pastor, it don't matter if they raised $10 million. Your wife was out of order. Okay, sir? With all due respect, sir, your wife and her dress was out of order. Yes, you bought that dress and you wanted to see her in that dress. Sir, with your position, you know protocol. You know church protocol, and you know that dress was out of order. It was out of line. It don't matter. You can try to switch it and flip it up however you want to. See, what's happening now is a lot of these pastors, they're getting caught up in this Hollywood life. You getting caught up in being a celebrity, and you're forgetting that you're leading. You're supposed to be leading people to Christ. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But again, people are afraid to say things worldly. Remember, do y'all remember that word? Worldly and holy. Your wife cannot be dressing worldly, and she's a first lady. She says, well, my husband is a pastor. And ma'am, when you married a pastor, you became a first lady. Whether you asked for it or not, you became a first lady because you married a pastor. And if you didn't want that, then maybe this is not the man that you should have married, because he has a whole bunch of responsibilities to other people in a spiritual realm. And it's unfair that people have to be led astray like this because People don't want to tell them, you don't want to hear the right thing. Sir, even the way you dress out of order, you got them tight pants on and you looking like, looking like he wearing some stretch, like your whole get up is out of order. Your whole get up is unbecoming for a pastor that's leading, that's supposed to be leading God's flock. And that's how you all are causing a lot of people to stray away and not want to go to church and not want to be saved. Now, listen, with that same statement, let me tell you all why that's not going to be an excuse, or that's not going to be a reason for you all to say, you know what? See, that's why I don't go to church now. That's why I don't go. We're not going to go there. You know why we're not going there? Because guess what? Let me tell you a story. And it go a little something like this. You go to this club on Friday, on Friday, and they get to fighting up there. But you really heard good reviews about this club, and they get to fighting that Friday. You gonna leave early that Friday, but guess what? You gonna go back the following week, and you gonna say, well, oh man, I sure hope they don't be up here acting stupid this week. Guess what? You went back. Even though they were fighting up there, you knew they had a history of fighting up there because you was up there. That didn't stop you from going back to that club. So don't let, because somebody is doing the wrong thing, don't let that be the reason you say, well, that's why I don't go to church now. That's why I don't believe. Don't let that be the reason. Because again, if a fight can't keep you out of the club, if it don't keep you out of a club, don't let, because the pastor want to let his wife wear worldly gear, don't let that don't let that be the cause that you fall. You have to govern yourself accordingly. You govern yourself accordingly and you move the way that you should. But Pastor Bryant, please don't get on here trying to chin check people no more because you were wrong and because they called you out. Oh, well, they want to be holier than thou. They can just tell because you ain't been nowhere. And these people, and I no doubt, I bet you them people was up in there just feeling so bad and just like, and because he got a whole lot of amens. Listen, just because they can speak properly, listen, the devil was clever. The devil was a good speaker as well. The devil was a good singer and musician. The devil was all those things. The devil was good at what he was doing. That don't make him right. So, sir, when I saw him doing that, I was totally unbothered. I'm like, and when you get through, sir, with all due respect, you still wrong. You still wrong as the day is long, sir. You are wrong. You wrong and your wife wrong for that dress. And we tired of hearing you try to defend that dress. See, you needed the old church mothers back up in there because I'm going to tell you, my grandmother and the pastor that I came up under, baby, they rolling in their graves at all of this stuff that is going on in today's society. As a matter of fact, she probably, if she was alive, she'll twist my lips off for having this whole red lipstick on. Yes, she will, baby. Let me tell you, if my grandma was still alive or the church mother, baby, I promise you, you wouldn't see now. Listen, I'll be just like this. Just clean it. Listen, you ain't gonna never see me up in there. You know why? Because I know protocol. I know what I want to do and I'm gonna do it. That's why I'm doing it. But I know that what we've been taught and what we've been brought up under, why would I go around you and I know that you believe something different? Oh, so I can say I'm grown. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. You're supposed to have respect for yourselves. You have to have respect for the position. Ma'am, if you're not going to respect the position, sir, if you're not going to respect the position, then maybe you need to step down and just sit down. Like, you shouldn't be a pastor if you're not going to follow protocol, because again, you got people looking at you. You have souls that are following you. People, so you're leading people astray because you want to do the wrong thing. If this is what you all want to do, I can understand that. I'd be like, okay, well, listen, this ain't the right thing. We're not supposed to be doing this. But you know what? This is what I want to do. And guess what? I'm going to do it because that's just what I want to do. I want to do it. I want to wear this. I want to say that. I want to move like this. And that's what I want to do because I'm grown and that's what I want to do. It has nothing to do with the position of being a pastor. It has nothing to do with any of that. I'm doing this because this is what I want to do. Start saying that. Stop sitting up there being wrong and then you want to preach because God said, and God didn't tell you no such thing, sir. God didn't tell you that. Go to the scripture where it tells you to cover yourself and be meek and be modest. Go to that scripture, sir. You know, they go try to speak all around it because he's speaking good and he clean cut and he just and you're getting loud and you and he doing all of and and if you ain't never, I'd have been like, I'd be sitting up in the altar, I'd be like, in the church raising my hand because I got a question. Pastor, listen, cause I already know. Guess what? I know I would have been escorted up out of there. Listen, I told you I stayed in the pastor's office, so I already know what this stuff is all about. If you got a question, you listen, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. You get caught, because listen, I come up in there with some red lipstick on now. Everybody all up in the tizzy. Sister Jaye. Oh no, the pastor would like to see you. No, I'm not going to. Pastor, I don't have time to stay today for a meeting. I really don't. I already know. I know what you're going to tell me. I'm not going to, this is Saturday. I'm sorry, Pastor. I didn't even put this lipstick on today. This is the lipstick from Saturday night, but I got in too late. So I just had to go home and take my pants off real quick and put my dress on and run to church, Pastor. So I didn't get a chance to take off who I was on Saturday night, because who I was on Saturday night versus who I am right now on Sunday morning, they are two different people. So, Pastor, you got to give me a chance. So, at least I made it out to service today. Now, give me a minute. I'll go in the bathroom and I'll wipe wipe the whole face off. I'll go in, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to be regular. But I tried to get here on time. See, some of y'all have to start saying that. But no, we not gonna do that. We're gonna be like, yeah, he said this, and I'm gonna go ahead on because I ain't gonna be going back to church because that wasn't right. That the way that pastor said that, or the way that lady had that on. Some of y'all wear the same thing that lady had on, or even worse. These churches, listen, the church is not for your fashion show or for you to go there and do whatever it is. So what's I forgot what's his wife's name, but Miss First Lady Bryant, get it together, or you need to go find you another husband, because your husband is causing you to be out of order, and your husband is out of order for getting up there and trying to check them folks like that. Yeah, and amen. Now, you all, speaking of amen, listen, and out of order, guys, look, this next hot topic. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all something. These dudes, look, it's starting to be real in the field. Some of these, now this is a meme. I'm hoping this is a meme, but the situation is real. So this stepdaddy ish. So the first scenario is the guy, him and his son and his girl and her daughter, they're at the store shopping. So he's shopping and he's buying his son all of these items. And so they have the picture of the little girl just sitting there with the little cute little eyes, just looking up, just looking at him up at him like, what about me? And so the caption is, so you just gonna buy your son all this stuff and you gonna walk past the girl stuff and not even gonna grab my daughter anything? And his response was, not my child. What do you all think about that? What do you all think about the situations where these guys are dating women with children, and they're taking them out. So they're all out. You all are acting as a family. So you're out on a family gathering. You have two kids there. You have your kid, you have her kid. So you're buying your child something, but you won't buy the other kid that's not your kid anything. What do you all think about that? Is the man entitled? Is he supposed to buy the other child something that's there in his presence? They're at the store together. Is he responsible for buying the other child that is not his stepchild? Is he responsible for buying his stepchild something? Yes or no? If yes, why? If no, why not? Now, here's the thing. You notice that I didn't say obligated, because you're only obligated to take care of your child in your responsibility. But in that particular setting, in that particular situation, he's wrong. What you mean, Jay? What you mean he wrong? Because you're a petty man child, okay? Let's just call it what it is. You're a petty man child for sitting there intentionally hurting an innocent child. You are a man child. Cedric, you're saying, are they married? The scenario did not specify if they were married or not. Does that matter if they were married? Let me ask that. In my opinion, in this particular scenario that I gave, to me, it wouldn't matter if they were married or not. The child, an innocent child, is right there in your face. You all are there in the store as a family. Like, yo, what's wrong with some of you dudes? Like, seriously, ladies, listen, please govern yourselves accordingly. Please be mindful on the type of dudes that you are bringing in your life and around your kids. Stop allowing these dudes to put this type of mental affliction and anguish on your children. Stop allowing these dudes to do that. That was so unfair of a grown man to sit there and treat a child like that. That was so, again, that was so man childish. That was so, Jay, that's not his child. It doesn't even matter. Why would you do that to anybody's child? If you had your niece or your nephew with you and you buy your kid something and you don't buy the other kid anything, how do you think that kid is going to feel? That's where I'm looking at it in that moment. It's about the kid. It's not about you're being obligated to do that. Kids don't speak that language. Kids don't speak, oh, well, this is not my ball. All they see is what you're doing for the other kid that's there. That's all they see. If you're a dude that don't do stepdaddy-ish, I have no problem with that. Stop putting yourself in position to be a stepdaddy and you're not going to do stepdaddy-ish. Stop dating women that have kids if you are going to mistreat their kids. Because to me, that is mistreatment. That is mistreating a child. Cedric, you're saying it's the proper thing to do because the moment y'all exchange vows, that daughter becomes your daughter. Again, even Cedric, in my opinion, if they're not married, if they're there, again, the scenario is this. The man, he's there with his son. The woman, she's there with her daughter. They're acting as a family. They're having a family outing, and they're at the store shopping. He's only grabbing items for his son as the little girl watches. That's what the problem is. I don't even care what the wife is or girlfriend, what she's mumbling and what she's over. What about the child? What about the child? What about the child? That's all I'm saying. So in that setting, so in that situation, are you going to go and just buy all of this stuff for your child and not do anything for the other child? Because had it been the other way around, had it been the mother out shopping for her daughter, do you think that she's only going to, well, I'm going to retract that. Most women, most moms will make sure everybody got something. She's not going to say, oh, well, most of them, because listen, there are some raggedy ones out here, okay? But most mothers will get everybody something. Mothers, we're less likely to sit there and try to make another child feel bad. Again, most mothers, now you got these new chicks, you all, I don't know where they came from, and I don't know who raised them. I don't speak new chick behavior. I don't. But I've seen and I've heard how some of these new chicks that's on that ratchet side, that raggedy part of the totem pad, I don't speak that language. So I it's not in me to do that, make a child feel bad because I'm doing something for another kid, even though it's my kid. So here's how I would have done it. We're not even going to the store. If I can't afford to get everybody something, we're not going. We're not going. We're not going to the store, okay? We're not going, and that's just going to be it. That's it. That's all. Because I'm not going to do all of this stuff in front of a kid and not get both kids something. So if I don't have enough, then guess what? Nobody gets anything. Now, when my child and myself, when we're alone, then I'll go and I'll shop and I'll do all those things. But you all have to stop doing this to these kids. You all have to stop doing that. Again, my kids, listen, you probably, and I think that dudes that do this are dudes that were raised like that. That happened to them, and that's why they're still operating in their trauma childhood. You have to be so mindful because, again, I'm not going to allow you to transfer your childhood trauma onto my child. Again, if you don't want to be a stepfather, then by all means, you should not. You should not be forced to be. Listen, I'm for the fellas that say, I don't believe in being a stepfather because there's nothing for being a stepfather offers me nothing. Sir, you are absolutely right. Next. We're not sitting up here trying to convince no dudes that being a stepfather is for them because, listen, their heart and their mind is already made up. And when you have a dude that feels that strongly about it, ladies, don't push it. Don't try to push that issue. Let that dude, let it go. Let him go ahead, free him so that he can go head on and fly and do whatever it is that he's doing. But don't allow him to bring that toxic-ish in to your child's space. Cedric, you're saying he was out of order and she is full of ish too if she didn't put him in his place. I totally agree. She asked him, she was like, so you're not gonna say you only shopping for your child? You're not getting my child nothing? To me, you do that to me, the relationship or whatever it is that you thought this was, it's a wrap. We're not talking about this ish. Miss me. Listen, done. You do my child, Son, we are done, like finished. It ain't nothing to talk about. Nothing. Nothing. We are done. This is why I'm just a strong, firm believer of this is why you have to have your ish together. You have to have your ish together because you don't listen, your kids deserve better. Stop letting folks treat your kids any old type of way, okay? Stop all that. Teach your kids, okay? Keep them clean, keep them nice. I know we living in a day and time where everybody like it's just a fashion show and people are just living and dressing way above their means. Teach your children to not be superficial, especially if you know you don't have it like that. You got to teach your kids. Stop letting them get caught up in, I want Jordan, I want the Jordan, and I want the, get out of here with all, I'll slap the Jordan right up out of you. Get out of here with all that. Stop allowing your children to be superficial. But don't allow these dudes, these man kids, these man children to treat your children like that. Again, fellas, I'm not saying that you have to buy or do stepdad-ish. I'm not saying that at all. I respect you. I respect a man that say, I'm not set up to be a stepdad. I don't date women with kids. I don't believe in I don't have no pushback for you. None whatsoever. Rock out. Like, I'm not losing sleep because you say you don't date women with kids or you're not I don't care. Like, it doesn't, what I care about is when you get in a situation that you said that you don't do, and now you're treating the kids bad. That's what I have a problem with. The mistreatment of a child. Fellas, if you get with a woman and she got kids already, right? And you get up in there and you pop another one up in there, okay? Now, she already had 3 kids. Now you come and you give up baby number 4. Now you like, you know what? Yeah, she was dealing with them deadbeats and my kid ain't gonna be like that. Can we please, for the sake of the other 3 kids, can we please operate with some tact, okay? Jay, what do you mean? Oh, you can't tell me how to raise my kid? Yeah, I'm going to tell you how to not be a man-child, okay? I'm going to tell you how to not be a man-child. If you taking care of your kid, that's great. We want you to do that. That's what you're supposed to do. But you knew beforehand she already had some kids. You already knew that. You already knew the dudes before you wasn't taking care of the kids. But yet, you felt like that was an ideal place for you to leave your seed. Okay, we're going to listen, because if we're going to take some responsibility, we're going to put responsibility on, listen, the whole table going to get some responsibility, okay? Listen, yes, she got all these kids. Yes, she control your fertility. Girl, quit dropping it like it's hot. For every dude, listen, y'all, just all this unprotected situations, and now you end up with another one. Didn't you learn the first 3 baby daddies ago? No, you didn't. Now you working on the 4th baby daddy, all right? Now you the 4th, she got 4 baby daddies. You over there, you became number 4. Number 4, you really are not in position to try to talk about her at all. You know why? Because you already knew what you was getting into. You knew it. You knew that she had these other kids. But you decided to get on and leave your kid over there. Okay? So you can't get to talking about her. Yeah, man, this be this. No, 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 no. You both are wrong. But sir, I'm gonna look at you a little bit extra. Cause you want to sit high and look low, but you laid over there. You laid over there without protection. But now she got to be all kinds of raggedy bees. Well, listen, you a raggedy nasty bee, whatever you calling her, you right there with her, okay? You right there with her. You laid and you gave her baby number 4, okay? But let me tell you something, as baby daddy number 4, the protocol, okay? Yes, it's a protocol. And you can't tell me how to, listen, no, hush. See, you ain't baby daddy number 1. You baby daddy number 4. There's protocol. And you the one say, okay, I'm going to take care of my kids. Yeah, she ain't finna be putting all this on me because all them other ninjas ain't doing what they supposed to be doing for their kids. Listen, just because you finna take care of your kid don't make you no better than she is, because again, you wallowed up in that same nasty bed that she in with them kids, and now she don't take care. She don't listen, sir. We not even trying to hear all that. We not even trying to hear all that, because it was good enough for you to go up in there without no protection in and on. So we ain't trying to hear nothing you saying. When you go shopping for your kid, listen, come on. Some of us need to just think about, you have to think about the other kids. Am I saying you have to get them something? Listen, let that be at your discretion. But what you cannot do, because to me, this is man-child-ish. What you cannot do is go and buy your kid McDonald's and all this other stuff, bring one McDonald's meal back, and you know it's 3 other kids there. That's man-child, what you cannot do. What you mean I can't do that? Them ain't my kids. I ain't finna be feeding nobody else's kids. Guess what? When you was trying to tap that, you was bringing all the food over there for the kids. So don't go acting brand new now. Do the same thing that you was doing when you was trying to get you some. Go back to doing what you was doing when you was trying to get you some. That's what you go back to doing. Okay, don't sit up here and try to act brand new. Okay? If you're going to do something like that specifically for your child, pick your child up. Take your child. Let your child go have a good time and do what you're going to do with your child. But it's a way to do that so that the other kids don't get hurt in the process. F them kids. Them ain't my kids. No, F you, sir. F you, man, child. Okay? That's what, because this is one situation that I'm really passionate about, and I hold it dear to my heart because these kids are so innocent. Now, some of them evil, some of them a little evil. Now, listen, I'm not going to lie. Some of these little jokers have been possessed by the devil, okay? But it's because of the adults in their lives. You all make them kids like that. You all make these kids, you all are creating these kids that are out here jumping on adults, and they, as they walk home, walk their kids home. This ish creates that type of stuff. This type of ish helps create that type of hate and hostility. So what do? You get your child. Tell the mother, listen, I'm coming to get him. Have him ready. I'm going to get him and take him out. Go take him out to McDonald's. Go take him out and do whatever it is that you're going to do. When you get back, when you drop him back off at home, listen, don't go in the house bragging to your brothers and sisters about what we done did. Because guess what? After you leave, your child got to still be there with the siblings. You don't want to make life hard for your kid at home. Your kid got to stay there. Your kid, listen, your kid, you will cause your kid to get picked on by his siblings. You will cause your child to be alienated by their siblings because of what you're doing as a man child. You will cause all of that. You will cause your child's childhood to suck because you're behaving as a man child. Again, we got to stop looking at it as though, oh, I can't nobody tell me how to raise my kids. We're trying to help you to make sure your child has a happy childhood. But they can't do that if you're doing stuff like that. Well, I should be able to do what I want to do for my kid. Not saying that you shouldn't. Not saying that you can't. Just saying that there's a way to do it so that the other kids are not put in position to be jealous and then hurt your child. That's just it. That's just, listen, kids do things all the time. They're there with their kids, their brothers and sisters, more than they're with you. So you think that you want to let your ego get in the way? Okay, your child will be the one, unfortunately, that will suffer. So I'm not saying this from a standpoint of you doing this or you're taking care of, you're trying to take care of her kids. You know, that's not your responsibility. I'm saying that on behalf of you protecting and doing what you have to do, what's best for your child. Cedric is saying that part. You said we got too many fathers and not enough daddies. Absolutely. And it's just like, again, if you baby daddy number 2, 3 and beyond, you don't deserve to act like that, because you walked into the situation knowing it was already some kids there and you still chose to leave your child behind. The next time you go and pick your child up and you want to do, if you're a dude that's doing this, and I'm not going to say that all dudes do this intentionally, because I do believe that there are a lot of good dudes and a lot of good fathers that don't realize what they're doing. So if you're a dude that has a kid and the kid is have siblings, and you're the only dude that's an active father in your child's life, I'm not saying that you can't be active in your child's life. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just simply trying to give you a way to look at doing things a little bit differently so that your child can have a happy, healthy relationship with you, but your child can also have a happy, healthy relationship with his siblings at home once you leave and once you drop them off. Because again, once you drop them off, your child is at the mercy of their siblings. And it's not fair for them to get hurt from their siblings because of some grown people-ish. So we definitely want to not put the kids in position to do that. So Jay, so you saying that I need to buy all the kids something? Well, if you plan on taking something over there specifically for your child, then I would say yes. Don't just come to the house and bring nothing, for just one child. I don't. To me, I would just say wait until you get your child and then give it to them, so that you don't have to present it in front of the other kids. But say you want to, do something. Your kid called you and asked you for something. Do that mean that I gotta go and bring all the other kids something because my kid called? My kid should be able to call me and ask me for something, and I shouldn't have to take care of this chick and her other kids and all this and that. You're absolutely right. So in that case, just grab your kid and take your kid to get whatever it is that they asked for, let them eat it, and then drop them back off at home. No harm, no foul. But if you're going, oh, well, my kid wanted pizza, then please be man enough to, father enough, human enough to bring pizza for all the kids, or bring chips, bring something to show that you were thinking about them. But some of these dudes, the way they get on this social media app, and them ain't my kids, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That attitude right there is where that's why they get placed in the man child category. Any dude that's saying stuff like that and you see these other kids there, especially if your child is the youngest one and you already, that's not a good position. You are, again, do it for the safety and the well-being of your child. Your child deserves to grow up in a loving environment, knowing that you love them, but also that they're loved by their siblings as well. Because again, a lot of you all are only looking at this from a grown-up perspective. You're not looking at the division that you're placing between your children, your child, and their siblings. That is something that has to seriously be considered. So the next time you say, I'm not a stepdaddy, or I don't do stepdaddy-ish, think long and hard before putting yourself in that position. If she's already a chick with a ready-made family and you're not ready for that, I got no beef with that. You get no pushback from me whatsoever, beloved. No pushback. No pushback at all, because you're entitled to that. You are entitled to that. I'm not, there's no skin. Listen, that don't make my eyelashes curl up no type of way because dudes say that they don't, they're not on stepdaddy-ish. I'm not, listen, being a step parent is not for the faint of heart. Okay? You got to have some tough skin getting in there to be able to deal with somebody else's kids. That's man or woman being a step parent. But you also have to have room in your heart. And if you don't have room in your heart, I understand that. I understand that. So I'm not going to advocate for being a step parent when you know that you don't have any extra love to give. That's not the assignment for you. But stop bashing men that do. A lot of people are, come down on Russell Wilson because Sierra had a kid. That man that took that boy in and have raised him as his own, and all these other kids, like, from what we see, there is no division. And some people like, oh wait, oh yeah, so she go choose, yeah, she go get her a toxic dude when she was younger, but now she want to get a good dude when she's old. Who's to say? Listen, I just, it just wears me out, the whole negativity, just the whole bash about women with kids. Is it a situation for everybody? Absolutely not. Listen, some of you all, we don't want you near any children at all. Some of you all can't even get along well with yourself. Some of you all got some unresolved issues that you probably need to go, and let some people help untune and figure out what's going on up here. Are you wrong for not wanting to be a stepfather? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's not for everybody. You are wrong when you willingly put yourself in a stepfather position and then start talking about what you not gonna do. Why did you sign up for the job? Getting with her, I don't care what she say. I take care of my kids. I don't see how you gonna get together and have a relationship and how y'all gonna be together and you never have to provide for her kids. So that means that if she's telling you, they're my kids, I take care of my own kids, he ain't never got to do nothing. Stop telling that lie. Stop telling that lie. Because you living together, he gonna have to pay the light bill, the gas bill, keep a roof over you. All that is taking care of your kids. When you go grocery shopping, you have to make sure it's enough food for everybody. So if he's going grocery shopping, he needs to make sure it's enough food in there for everybody, not just him. So I don't see how you can have somebody and be in a relationship with somebody that does not do kids or whatever type of foolishness, baby, they be over here talking about, and you sign up. Me and my kids, it's separate, so he don't have to get with me, be with my kids to be with me. If a woman tell you that, run, because that means she don't even take care of her kids. Her mama take care of her kids. That's why she can tell you that you ain't gonna have to take care of her kids. Again, I'm not saying, fellas, again, please hear me and hear me good, hear me very clearly. I am not saying that you are obligated to take care of somebody else's kids. Not saying that. If you say, I don't do the stepfather-ish, I'm okay with you not doing the stepfather-ish. It don't make me, listen, it don't. What I'm saying is, if you put yourself in a stepfather position, then take care of your business. That's that ninja kids. I only take care of my kids. Please take care of your kids. Just don't put your kid in position to be hurt by their siblings. You want to make sure that you're putting your children in position to be safe, and be well-rounded, so they can be loved by you and they can also be loved by their siblings. But please don't put them in position where now you have their siblings are jealous of them because of what you're doing. It's all kinds of things that kids do to each other, and you don't want that for your kid. You want your kid to have the best life possible, and that includes you having a great relationship with you, but that also includes having a great relationship with their siblings. And we, as the adults, we have to be able to navigate accordingly with that type of situation. So we definitely have to be able to navigate with that. Now, listen, speaking of kids and the flip side, now listen, this is a story that was, this was all over social media. I believe it was last week, where the young lady, now here's where we get things twisted. Some of us, some mothers get some ish twisted, okay? So I'm here to talk to you and hopefully help get you untwisted. So a Georgia hairstylist, listen, the internet drug him from 2025 through 2026. They drug this brother because a mother, she had an appointment to get her hair done. And so she brought her 6 children with her to her hair appointment to get her hair done. And he refused to service her. He turned her around. He did not open the door. He looked through he saw on his Ring camera, or through whatever he was looking at, he saw through his camera that she had 6 children out there. And he said, no kids are allowed. And now she's hysterical. Well, we came all the way on here on the bus, and I came to get my... Was he wrong? Was this guy wrong for turning her and her 6 kids away? She got on the bus, came over there, brought all them kids over there for her hair appointment. And now social media was dragging this man because he did not allow her to come, because he did hair out of his house. So he did not let her in and he didn't do her hair. What do you all think about that? Was he wrong for that? Or was he correct? Listen, I said no kids. I have a no kids policy. So that's just that. There are no exceptions. Now, here's the thing. In my opinion, was he wrong? Absolutely not. First of all, you're not bringing 6 kids at one time to my house. Okay, I'm sorry. Listen, it's a lot of kids, sugar. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. It's a lot of kids. And a lot of people are not going to want 6 kids in their space at one time unless listen, some of them don't even want all their 6 kids around them at one time. But you have to understand. And ma'am, you're not a victim. Whether you got on the bus or not, that's your mode of transportation. See here, in my opinion, your priorities are wrong because you drug your kids over there and you got 6 kids. First of all, let's go through this. Say, for instance, he did let you and your kids in the house and he's doing your hair. What happens if one of your kids got into some chemicals while he was doing your hair? The first thing you won't want to do is holler, he should have had this stuff put up. He should, no, ma'am. You shouldn't have brought your kids. So even if he was doing it out the kind of his heart, and if something happened to one of your kids at his premises, you be ready to sue him. You not going to say, well, you know what? I'm not going to sue him because my kid got hurt because he did this out the kindness. He let my kids in out the kindness of his heart. You're going to sue him. You would sue him. So why should he, as a professional, put himself in danger, especially if he knows that his facility is not set up for kids? Ma'am, 6 kids is a lot. I'm not sure what she was thinking. And she knew, he said that he talked to her. And she didn't tell him that she was bringing 6 kids. Because I know he would have told her, don't bring them kids over here. See, I'm thinking she paid a deposit. And it was a non-refundable deposit. So you don't want to lose your deposit. So that's probably why she got on over there and trucked and drug all the kids over there so she didn't lose her deposit. That's what I can see being the situation. But, ma'am, you're not a victim. You chose to have those 6 kids. So that's your life and your responsibility. So if your babysitter bailed, that's just one of the things that happens being a mother, being a single mother. If your babysitter bails on you, then plans have to be canceled. Your plans have to be canceled. Your plans have to be rescheduled because you're a mother first. It sucks, but that's the job that you signed up for when you laid down and had 6 kids. So I'm not going to sit here and make it seem as though this dude was wrong because he wouldn't do your hair. He wouldn't let you. Listen, I would have did the same thing. I'd have been looking out there, listen. Nah, you ain't gonna. First of all, this ain't Chuck E. Cheese. This ain't no god doggone jungle gym, we not gonna do all that. Cause see, my nerves is bad. My nerve, look, it's only gonna be, look, I get to put, look, I got a whole bunch of nieces and nephews, and I love them. Oh, I love them to pieces. 6 of y'all ain't staying with me at one time. I know, listen, I know what they gonna be doing to me. They gonna be taking me up out of there just like this. You know why? Because I'll be snatching them up. I said stop running through the house. Sit down. This, just tearing the whole house up, trying to get 6 people under control. So that's on a personal note. So I can only imagine how it would have been with 6 kids running around today. But again, she got on there and she looking all like he did something wrong to her. And I'm just like, well, ma'am, I don't understand what the problem is. You cannot get on there and give these thoughts. And I had to take the bus. No, you didn't have to do anything. What you had to do was not go to that appointment. It was really hot outside. You made a bad call as a mother. You chose to go over there and get your hair done, but it was hot outside, and you didn't have no babysitter, and you ain't had no way to get there. That was poor. That was a poor decision on your behalf. That had nothing to do with that stylist, and he was not wrong. But baby, the internet drug him like he did something wrong. So again, let's say if he had opened the door and let them in and did her hair, and something would have happened to one of her kids, or they would have got into a chemical or something, would she still be looking at it as though he did her a favor? Or would she be coming after him? People are liable. You have to understand, this man is operating a business out of his home. And with that comes a lot of different liabilities and responsibilities that you have to understand. Like, he didn't owe you that as a courtesy. If it says no kids or not, or even if it don't say no kids, you didn't come with 1 kid. You didn't come with 2. You came with 6 god doggone kids. No. Where we gonna put them? Where we gonna put them? You can't listen. You put yourself in that position. You can't get mad at nobody because you got 6 kids. You can't, that ain't nobody's fault. That was a decision that you made. And guess what? Those are your kids. Love your babies. Your babies come first before anything and anybody. Your kids come first. Those are it should be your number 1 priority. Yours. But you can't expect people to treat your kids like you treat them. Those your kids. Them your kids. You got to do right by your kids. You got to do what's best for your kids. Leo, you're saying she should have rescheduled anyway. First of all, I don't see how she had the patience to get on the bus with 6 kids. I would have listened. By the time we made it to the destination, I probably would have only had 4 kids, because I would have slapped the other 2 into the middle of next week. See, the trip already over with. See, at that point, 6 kids, listen, it's going to be some slapping going on. 6 kids. Now, I will say this. Growing up, I come from a big family. Now, see, today, 6 kids is different than yesterday's 6 kids. Because I will say this, my mother didn't have a problem with getting a babysitter for her 5 kids. We were angels in disguise. We were angels, until a certain point in our lives. But when we were little and my mom needed a babysitter, my mom was always able to take us to any any of her family, my dad's family, like people, like she never had a problem with getting a babysitter. But they don't make kids like, first of all, we didn't want no smoke. Like being little, we knew. My mother, look, and then my dad, God rest his soul, fam was crazy. You don't listen, you didn't want that type of smoke. We didn't want that smoke. So we knew. Cause listen, he had smoke for you, even if you didn't want no smoke. My dad already, listen, he woke up with the smoke. So you acting crazy, adding on to the smoke he already had. Listen, I'm just saying, we were too young to have to deal with all that foolishness. So you don't want no smoke. So it was always, it was easy for us. But now I would say now being grown and all these little kids, baby, they'll run through your house. They'll get out. Listen, I'm saying, I'm not like me. All the little kids at one time, I can't do it. Because look, they will run over me because I just want them to sit down and just not be, listen, they come over the house doing backflips and jumping off. And I'm just be like, you know what? Get on one more thing. Jump on one more again and watch and see what. And then I get a loss for words because I just want them to sit down and stop. But I know that being a mom and having kids, especially multiple kids, it's stuff, life is gonna happen. And you can't expect people to feel sorry for you. Being a single mother is not a situation for people to feel sorry for you about, because here's the deal. We listen, I love us all, but truth time, you put yourself in that situation. You laid down, you kept it on the down low. You let him touch a little bit, and I'm just, listen, y'all know I'm gonna start saying something. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the tip in. Now you're pregnant. See, you listen. See, I'm gonna tell y'all how these 6 kids got here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. See, cause she fell for the. Okay, I'm allergic to the latex. That's how you got about the first 2 of them. Then the other 2, I'm just gonna put the tip in. See, you got a couple of 2 or 3. I'm gonna put the tip in type babies, and then the other 3 are some oops babies. So that's how. Listen. So if y'all ever want to know how all these kids come along, that's because y'all be giving these chicks these different lies, and they fall. How you gonna keep falling for the same lie? You done already got I'm only gonna put the tip in, baby. You already got I'm gonna put the tip in, baby. You already got one of those. You already got a oops, baby. You listen, how many more? Okay? Now you get mad. Now, see, Jay, you ain't even doing, see? No, you be doing too much. Y'all know that's what these dudes be out here lying, talking about. I'm just gonna put the tip in. Yep. Guess what? His little soldier was right there at the tip. He ain't had to do nothing else. Little soldier was just right there. Give us free. And listen. Soon we ain't even do nothing. And you got pregnant. Yeah, well, guess what? You don't have as much control over your thing as you think you do. See, so y'all I'm gonna get up off y'all though. But we're not going to sit up here and act like being a mother and being a single mother, you are a victim. Okay, we're not going to act like that. Because again, it was all fun and dandy when you was making them. But now everything is real when it's time to take care of them. And listen, it's hard. It's expensive. But if done right, it can be also rewarding. So love on your kids. Love on them. Give them the best of you. Give them all because they didn't ask to be here. So unfortunately, there are going to be some things that you want to do for you that you're going to have to sacrifice. And that may come in. Listen, I can't get my hair done today because my babysitter backed out on me. I can't go out tonight because my babysitter backed out. Ain't nobody wrong for changing their mind about taking care of your kids. At the end of the day, it's your responsibility, and nobody owes you anything except for the man or men that you laid down to make those kids with. So you can't be mad. Your anger and your aggression should be at your kids' fathers. I know, listen, she may not want to hear that, but that's true. Because if your kid's father kept the kids for you and helped you, you wouldn't be dragging the hairstylist through the mud. You wouldn't. You just would not. So there's a level of accountability that she has to take for herself and her situation as well. But again, that's just telling you the truth on the situation. However, still, it's a conversation in love, because at the end of the day, the kids are here and you got to make the most of it. You got to make sure that you giving them the best of you and you giving them what they need. But dragging them around on a bus to get your hair done, that wasn't it, sis. That wasn't it. You got to get you some people. And listen, stop trying to put all 6 kids on one person. You got to break them up in halves. You're going to have to give 3 over here to this person, 3 over here. Get 3 on the daddy side, 3 on your mama side. You gotta flip flop them. But don't try to be sitting up there. That's why they bagged out, because didn't nobody want to sit up there with all 6 kids at one time. Leo, you saying pray for her. Well, yeah, I'm gonna pray for her that she don't get. I'm gonna put the tip in. I'm gonna put the tip in baby number 7. That's what you need, because I'm just like 6. Girl, and you ain't married. 6 now. 2, okay, I can understand. You got a oops, and I'm gonna put the tip in. But you got 3, I'm gonna put the tip in, and 3 oops. Come on. I don't know what to tell her at this point, because she done fell for all of the lies like too many times. You are absolutely right. It's too many kids. She's gonna definitely need a strong, firm hand. But for a dude to jump in and start dating that situation, don't put yourself in that type of situation if you know that you don't have the patience, the desire, or the finances. 6 people, that's 7 extra people. She gonna need, and not being funny, but she gonna need a miracle for a dude to be able to. She's gonna have to up her game in her personal life, so that she's gonna be able to provide a great home for her kids, because it definitely is doable. I'm not gonna say that it's doom and gloom, because it's not. She will get out of it what she puts into it. But the last thing she needs to be doing, in my opinion, that she didn't ask for, but I'm gonna give it anyway. You ain't got time to be sitting up here trying to date and look for no other dude. Listen, you done fell for 6 lies. You should be tired. You shouldn't even want to deal with no dudes, because you already know what's gonna happen. You should be just, I'm gonna be celibate. I'm gonna get me a rose, or get you something that when you done getting some satisfaction, you ain't got to worry about, man, I hope I ain't get pregnant. That's what you don't want to be in that position. But I will also say this. Don't let the fact that you have 6 kids or however many kids that women have, this is for my single mothers. Don't let that discourage you. Because just because you see these social media dudes out here talking about, they don't do this and they don't do that, that's fine. They don't have to. You just need the one dude that will. And believe me, there are a lot of men. I know it may not seem like it because of what one or two social media dudes are saying, but there are a lot of men that are out here that are stepfathers that love their stepkids. I know a lot of them, a lot of men, all different age ranges, all through my life that have taken care of kids that are not theirs. And maybe that's why I don't understand the stepdaddy. I don't do stepdaddy-ish because I come from a big family. Like, so I don't know, maybe those are only children people, or they had a bad situation with a stepfather that didn't love them. I'm sorry, guys, I'm losing my voice. But if they had like a bad situation with a stepfather or something like that, maybe that's why they come on and spew all of that foolishness. But, and it is foolishness. But I come from a big family. Like, man, it was people everywhere. Like, my family size didn't get small until I moved out. Like, I got grown, and I'm just like, whoo, China, this is just too many people for me. I need my anxiety. I need to regulate my anxiety and not be around, all these. I need to center myself, because it was just a whole bunch of people, just, from siblings to aunts, uncles, cousins. But I loved it. I loved it and wouldn't change it for the world. But it can be a lot if you're not that type of person that desires that. If you're not the dude that can say, it don't matter if we not blood, I can still love you whether you're my blood or not. I can still love you. Just because we not blood don't mean that I can't love you. Like, so that's the thing with that. Like, it doesn't matter. What matters is what you put into it. If you make the decision, I'm going to love this kid, I'm going to love these kids, then you make the decision to do that. But if you say, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not loving or taking care of another man's responsibility. That's not my responsibility. I'm not gonna do that. That's not my. Again, if you feel as though this woman that you're with, that she's talking from a place of you have to, then maybe that's not the right situation for you. But if you get with her, just know that, listen, she's a package. Any woman that comes with kids is a package. Any man that comes with kids is a package. And you have to think about it like this, fellas, especially if you are a man that you have your own kids and you come to the table with kids and she has kids. If you all get together and this thing is serious, then she's going to be doing things for your kids, hopefully, and you do things for her kids, hopefully. So now you guys, whatever you got, come together and bring it together. And that's just where you are. Leo said, not 6, Jaye. That ain't happening. Leo, do you have kids? Because if you don't have kids, here's the thing. You don't get no pushback from me. I said this is not for every dude. Like again, 6 kids, that's a lot. It ain't for me. Like I'm look, I love kids, but all 5 kids ain't coming over here. At, look, we gonna do some things, and we gonna figure the logistics out. It is a lot. It's a lot. And again, I'm not saying it's for everybody. It's not. What I'm saying is it may be a lot for you. But there's some man out there that says, you know what? I love kids. I want a big family. I want a big family. I can teach these boys how to play football. Or man, listen, like, man, all I got is girls. I want some boys. I can do, whatever it is. But just know that the situation is not all doom and gloom like society or social media wants you to think. But however, you can't be the single mom looking to be rescued. That's the problem. You're not looking for a relationship. You looking for somebody to come and help you out a lot of times. A lot of times that's what these situations, and that's what the men are afraid of. They're like, man, I get over here, man, I'm gonna have to take care of all these kids. She ain't got this together. But if he meet a chick and you got 6 kids, and he like, man, she running that like she got her ish together, he may not be so terrified or intimidated by your situation because he's not going to feel as though he has to come in and rescue you. And it's a difference. So you're already handling that thing. So when he comes in, he's like, okay, well, he doesn't have to worry about you dumping all the responsibility of you and your 6 on him because you already got that situated. So whatever he comes in, he's going to add to whatever you're already doing. I think a man could be okay with that. But again, if he comes in and he sees you struggling and you need this and you need that, that'll scare anybody. That'll scare anybody away because he's looking at what he brings in. And he's like, man, I ain't even lie. I can't even afford this ish. I ain't even go on over there and step in over this because I can't afford her. She got 6 kids. She ain't got no job. She in school to do this, and I can't do it. Seem like a nice chick, but I'm not gonna come up in there and take care of 7 extra people. I can't afford to do that on my salary. And let's be honest, most people are in that situation. He like, man, I'm over here in a 1-bedroom apartment. Now, if he get with you, y'all need 4 bedrooms. At least 4 bedrooms. Do you see how drastic of a change that is? But if you already living in your 4-bedroom and you taking care of your kids and you doing what you got to do, that man may look and say, man, okay, all right, okay, she got it. All right, I see you. I see you. Get down, little mama. Get down, little mama. But I'm not saying go out there and make all these doggone kids. I'm just saying that don't think that there is not lights at the end of the tunnel just because you have a lot of kids. But listen, if you can, put a pause on that fertility and try to get a ring if that's what your goal is. Rings before the kids, rings before carriages, what they say, marriage before carriage, if possible, if that's what you believe in. But again, you got to see, because you got these people out here, oh, I don't believe in marriage, I don't believe, and then they'll leave you with a baby and then go marry somebody else. Go figure. You know what I'm saying? He don't listen. Them be the main ones. These dudes over there. Yeah, marriage before carriage. She should have thought about all that. I don't believe him. You don't believe in marriage. You don't believe in all of this, but you got a slew of kids out here by all these different chicks. Listen, get you some D control. You need to control that. Get you some D control. We're gonna listen. We're gonna start having some we're gonna have to start having some conversations, because again, we always talking about, oh, she should have kept her legs closed. Sir, can I tell you, if she opens her legs, she not getting pregnant just because her legs open. If you don't enter those open legs, then she's not pregnant. So stop saying if she stopped opening her legs or pulling her pants down. She can pull her pants down. If you're not there to enter the lily of the valley, she won't be pregnant. They need to stop pulling their dresses up. She can pull her dress up over her head. If you're not there to enter into that delicate valley, she will not get pregnant. So it takes two to tango. We always blame it on the women. Well, she controls it. Listen, it's her egg is in her body, minding its own business. You are the one that let your little soldier escape. That's what escaped. Your soldier got away from you. Her egg didn't go to you. Your soldier. Your soldier. Give me free. Grace, give me free. It got away. Okay? Got away and hit that egg. And some of you all like to say, she should have kept her leg closed. No. Get your soldier that you unleashed. You left something. She didn't leave anything. You left a part of you in her. Okay? You left something. She didn't give you anything. You dropped off them little bastards that you call sperm cells. Okay? You left them over there. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay? So stop saying pull your dress up. She should have kept her legs closed and all that other ish. Because she can do all that and still not get pregnant because nobody's there. But the moment you have a male counterpart there, that's when the foolery begins. Now, speaking of foolery, you all, tonight we're talking about social media flirting. Is that ish harmless, or is it crossing the line? You know, because let's be honest, y'all, we are living in a day and time, a day and age where most people, there's a lot of hooking up online. There's a lot of hooking up with this social media ish. It's a lot going on. Now, listen, it should be for the single folk, but let's be honest. It's a lot of people that are not on the market, okay, that stay flooding these inboxes, okay? You have a lot of people that land right next to their wives, and they have a slew of good morning, beautiful messages popping off in that rotation, okay? Let the church say amen. There's a slew of good, and listen, and consistently, you got a slew of, you got a man messages. You have a slew of those messages going out, okay? This is on the social media-ish, okay? Is that harmless? Or are those type of messages crossing the line? Where do we draw the line between harmless and crossing the line? What is that boundary? Should married people or people that have a significant other, should they be inboxing and messaging other people on social media? Let's just break this down. So first, let's do, what is social media flirting? According to an online source, social media flirting is behaving as though you're attracted to or trying to attract or gain someone's attention on social media platforms. Now, who do you all think flirts more on social media? Do y'all think the men flirt more? Or do you all think that women are flirting more on social media? And here's why I asked that. I'll say this. Fellas, y'all gonna be surprised what my answer is. But I'll tell you all this. I believe that women flirt more on social media. They really do. Jay. They flirt more because, listen, they're flirting with the provocative pictures. Let's come on somebody. Let's be honest. Listen, the poses, all of this just showing everything, just, listen, especially now, some of the ladies, they're gonna get mad at me for this, but if you got a man, why every time 5 seconds you posting up little selfies and doing all, listen, go tend to the brother that you got sitting right there in real life. Stop fishing for attention. I'm finna hear it. I can post pictures as I want to. I ain't trying to get no post some pictures with some clothes on and see how many people flood to your inbox. They're not coming. Okay? So you know exactly what you're doing when you post and you got your butt shots out, the twerking, you doing all of this back, bending over. Honey, you know exactly what you're doing. I promise you. Put you a sweater on like I got on and see how many people hit your inbox. Ain't nobody coming. Ain't nobody checking for you. Nobody. Okay? Ain't nobody coming. Because you're not selling nothing. You're not advertising nothing. But let me tell you, if I took my sweater off and showed you bada bing and bada bang. So we just going to be honest with that. So that's why I say that women flirt more than men, and we can do it in a way where, again, you all think that it's you, but we know the pictures we know the pictures to put up there that we know, listen, the floodgates will be opened, and so we know it. And here's the thing, fellas, whether she got 5 kids, it don't matter. If she put that package together, the brothers are coming through. It don't matter. So there's nothing that you can say to make her feel bad, because it's going to be what you won't do. That statement is true. What you won't do or what's too much for you, get out the way, because the next brother behind you will gladly pick up where you left off. But I believe that women flirt more than men do on social media. Now, again, is it appropriate for people that are married or in committed relationships to be flirting on social media? Is it appropriate for them to be inboxing people on social media and you know that you're married? In my opinion, it's foul as heck. You should not be inboxing good morning, beautiful. You should not be doing any of that if you are married or in a committed relationship, or you living with somebody, or even if you in a relationship, but some people dangle that word relationship very loosely. So that's why I said committed. But it's foul. Whatever you won't do in front of your person, Like you shouldn't be, you already know that you filed for it. So why would you do, if you're not doing it in front of them, if you can't leave your phone down, you can't leave your social media open because you don't want your person to see what you doing, you moving foul. You moving foul. Now, what do you all think about this? Married couples or people that are in committed relationships, is it a good idea for you to be friends with your mate or your spouse on social media? What do you all think about that? Should married people be friends on social media? Should people in committed relationships, should they be friends with their spouse or significant other on social media? What do you all think about that? I would say for me personally, I couldn't be friends with anybody that I'm in a relationship with. I don't want to be friends. I tried that before. It did not work out. So like social media, even if we cannot be friends on social media. And here's why, specifically because I run my mouth a lot and this is what I do. Like it wouldn't be, it's not a good fit simply because of what I do. I'm not going, I'm in a season of my life where I'm not explaining anything anymore. I'm not going to say, and I'm no longer explaining this. Well, I'm not responsible for what this guy say to me or what this, I'm no longer offering any explanations. So therefore, that's why I'm like, okay, I don't need to be friends with you on social media because I'm no longer explaining, well, who is this? I don't make me start cussing over here if you want to. Make me start cursing. I'm not explaining it. So for me, we don't ever have to be friends on social media because I'm okay with that. I'm cool. Like I'm cool. I going the type of chick that worries about what he's doing on social media? I'm not, because what's done in the dark will come to the light. And when it's exposed, I'm up. Deuces. I'm like, hey, we ain't got nothing else to say. It'll be like I never existed. Keep it moving. I'm not snooping. I'm not doing any of those things. So if you're just a normal couple and you don't like, your social media is not for work for you, then I don't see why you can't be friends on social media. Like I don't see why you can't be friends unless you just all decide that, you know what, listen, I don't want to be friends with my husband or my wife on social media. Either way it go, I don't think that there's anything, I don't feel one way or the other about it. Like that's just a personal preference that the two have. But I strongly advise, like, people that are podcasters or doing all of this stuff, don't be friends with your person on social media because a lot of people, especially a lot of dudes, I love y'all fellas, but some of you all can't handle, when your girl is getting attention, even though she may not be paying attention to the attention. You all know how men are, and you all keep that in the front of your head. Like, yeah, I know what I'd be saying if it was me. So, so y'all think like that. I think it'll, pose a problem. But social media flirting, is it harmless or is it crossing the line? Well, that depends on who's flirting and who they're flirting with. That will determine if that social media flirting, if it's harmless or if it's crossing the line. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor. Go to our YouTube channel, like and subscribe there. You guys, I got so many videos on there. Go there, watch the videos, like, subscribe, comment, all the other good ish. Go to our Facebook channel, like and follow us there, the J Spot. Go to Instagram, like and follow us, J Spot. TikTok, the J Spot, Jaye. Until next time, you all take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much. Good night, good night, good night. Good night. Good night, guys. Thank you so much. Good night, guys. Thank you. Good night.